Welcome to Hero Villains. What do you think? Two entities that know no pain, show no mercy, and never stop until their targets are completely destroyed. Two hunters who never give up. On one side is the immortal killer of Camp Crystal Lake, the man who turned a peaceful campground into a living hell, who has died and returned to life countless times, possessing supernatural strength and a body capable of regenerating from any wound. Jason Voorhees. On the other side is the killing machine from the future, the T-800 robotic assassin sent back in time by Skynet, covered in an indestructible titanium alloy endoskeleton, a machine that once slaughtered an entire police station single-handedly and relentlessly pursued its prey to the very end. The Terminator. When the immortal killer faces the killing machine, when supernatural strength collides with future technology, who will be the last one standing?
The Crystal Lake Killer. Jason Voorhees is not simply a terrifying serial killer, but also a pop culture icon, representing one of humanity's most primal fears. The fear of being hunted by something that cannot die, cannot be reasoned with, and cannot be escaped. Behind the iconic white hockey mask lies a decades-long tragic story, beginning with a boy who was born with severe deformities, bullied and ridiculed, and eventually drowned due to the negligence of those who were supposed to protect him. Jason Voorhees was born with severe facial deformities, causing him to be shunned and tormented by his peers. In the summer of 1957, while attending a summer camp at Crystal Lake, young Jason was bullied by the other children and pushed into the lake. None of the camp counselors noticed that he was missing, and Jason drowned alone and terrified. His death planted the seed of a terrible curse. Jason's mother, Pamela Voorhees, a grieving and deranged woman, began a bloody killing spree targeting the camp counselors, whom she believed were responsible for her son's death. Pamela murdered numerous people before she was decapitated with a machete by a young woman named Alice Hardy. But Pamela's death did not end the nightmare. Years later, Jason Voorhees, by some inexplicable means, returned from the dead, grown into the form of a gigantic man, carrying supernatural strength and an unending rage within him. He wore the hockey mask to hide his deformed face and transformed Crystal Lake into his hunting ground, where every trespasser had to pay with their life. Jason Voorhees' strength is a combination of superhuman physical power and inexplicable supernatural abilities. Jason possesses incredible strength. He can lift and throw grown adults with one hand, crush skulls with his bare hands, and punch through wooden walls or steel doors as if they were made of paper. His arms can break a victim's spine with a single grip, and his punches can deform metal. Jason can drag objects weighing hundreds of kilograms without slowing down, rip through steel doors, and even lift a small car. Jason's durability is nearly impervious by ordinary standards. He has been shot dozens of times, stabbed with knives, machetes, and all kinds of sharp weapons, burned, electrocuted, blown apart, and even torn to pieces, yet he always comes back. Throughout the films, Jason has been trapped at the bottom of Crystal Lake for decades, buried alive, thrown into a nuclear reactor, and even sent into outer space, yet somehow he continues to exist and continues to hunt. Jason's regenerative ability is one of his most terrifying traits, allowing him to recover from injuries that would instantly kill any living creature. Deep cuts, bullets passing through his body, and even fatal wounds can heal over time, making him an opponent who is nearly impossible to destroy. However, Jason's true strength lies in his absolute persistence and his ability to pursue his prey without ever stopping. Jason does not run, does not rush, and never appears tired. He walks with slow but unstoppable steps, like a storm gradually approaching, impossible to escape and impossible to negotiate with. Victims can run, hide, and set traps, but Jason always finds them. He knows every road, every shortcut, and every hiding place within his territory. He emerges from the darkness, from the water, from behind a door, always in exactly the right place and at exactly the right time to deliver the killing blow. Jason's presence creates tremendous psychological pressure on his victims, causing them to panic, make poor decisions, and ultimately lead themselves to their own deaths. Jason does not rely on a single type of weapon. Although the machete is his most iconic weapon, Jason has used almost anything within reach to kill, from knives, axes, axes, hammers, and chains to his bare hands. He uses weapons brutally and efficiently, without hesitation or mercy. Every attack is intended to finish the victim, and he never gives his victims a second chance. In some films, Jason has also demonstrated the ability to use his surroundings as weapons, throwing victims into walls, drowning them, or using household objects to create creative and horrifying deaths. In Jason Voorhees' battles with his enemies, he has proven his strength and immortality. One of Jason's most memorable opponents is Tommy Jarvis, a boy who later became a young man obsessed with destroying Jason. In the sixth film, Tommy attempted to destroy Jason by driving a metal rod through his body and throwing him into the lake, but Jason still returned. In the following installment, Tommy used supernatural power to summon Jason back from the dead, but ultimately still could not destroy him completely. The confrontation between Tommy and Jason is proof that even those who understand Jason the best and prepare the most carefully cannot find a way to kill him permanently. Jason has also faced other supernatural entities in the horror universe. In Freddy vs. Jason, he fought Freddy Krueger, the dream killer from Elm Street. The battle between these two horror icons was one of the most epic confrontations in history, with Freddy using his ability to manipulate dreams to attack Jason in the immaterial world, while Jason relied on overwhelming physical strength in the real world. Although Freddy had the advantage in the dream world, Jason proved that sheer strength and persistence could overcome even supernatural abilities. In the end, Jason severed Freddy's arm with his own machete. In the film Jason X, Jason was taken into outer space after centuries of being frozen. Despite being removed from the familiar environment of Crystal Lake, he continued to hunt and kill the crew aboard the spacecraft. He was thrown into a reactor, blown apart, and had his body completely destroyed. But his cells continued to regenerate, and he returned stronger than before. Jason has also faced military and police forces in several films. Dozens of police officers, special forces, soldiers, and security personnel attempted to stop him with firearms, grenades, and heavy weapons. But they all failed. Jason walked through a hail of bullets as if they were nothing more than a light drizzle, continuing forward with unstoppable steps. He tore through bulletproof vests, bent gun barrels with his bare hands, and rendered modern weapons useless against his supernatural strength. However, Jason Voorhees is not without weaknesses. His greatest weakness lies in his intelligence. Jason is not a strategist or a thinker. He acts on instinct, rage, and a simple hunting drive that has been deeply ingrained in his mind for decades. He does not know how to formulate complex plans, use technology, or adapt to completely new situations. He can be easily deceived by simple traps, and in some cases, victims have been able to temporarily escape by using intelligence and agility. In addition, Jason has a psychological connection to Crystal Lake and his mother. Mentioning his mother or taking him away from his familiar territory can cause him to become disoriented or hesitate for a moment.
I really hope you will subscribe to the channel. It will help us tremendously, and you are the greatest. Thank you so much.
Now let's move on to the Terminator, Skynet's killing machine. With an outer shell designed to resemble a muscular man, the Terminator is one of the most perfect killing machines ever created. Built by Skynet, a military artificial intelligence that became self-aware and launched a nuclear war against humanity, the Terminator was designed with a single purpose: infiltrate human ranks, identify targets, and eliminate them at all costs. No emotion, no hesitation, no fatigue, and never stopping until the mission is complete or it is completely destroyed. The Terminator's origins are tied to Judgment Day, the event in which Skynet activated the world's nuclear arsenal, killing billions of people and triggering a war between the machines and the surviving humans. In that dark future, Skynet mass-produced Terminators to hunt down and destroy the remaining humans. The T-800 model was one of the most successful designs, featuring an incredibly durable metal endoskeleton covered by living artificial tissue, allowing it to infiltrate human areas without being detected. The T-800's brain is a neural net processor, capable of learning and adapting on a basic level, but it primarily operates according to pre-programmed instructions. It analyzes its surroundings, calculates optimal routes, identifies threats, and makes tactical decisions within milliseconds faster than any biological brain. The Terminator's strength lies in the perfection of its mechanical design. The T-800's endoskeleton is made from an extremely durable coltan alloy, capable of withstanding tremendous impacts without deforming. Its hydraulic arms can lift hundreds of kilograms, crush steel, and punch through concrete walls. In the films, the T-800 has been shown to be capable of breaking a spine with a single grip, throwing grown adults several meters, and smashing bulletproof glass with its bare hands. Its legs can kick through metal floors, and its entire body can withstand explosions without being completely destroyed. The Terminator's durability is one of its most terrifying characteristics. Its outer living tissue can be destroyed, but the endoskeleton underneath continues to function. The T-800 has been shot hundreds of times, blown apart by grenades, crushed by a hydraulic press, submerged in acid, and thrown into molten steel, yet it continues carrying out its mission until its central processor is completely destroyed. In Terminator 2, the T-800 was stabbed through the body multiple times by the T-1000, had half of its face blown away, and lost an arm, yet it continued fighting and protecting its target. In Terminator 3, it had part of its body torn apart by the T-X, yet it still drove a truck straight into the T-X at full speed. This mechanical persistence makes the Terminator an opponent that never gives up, never retreats, and never stops until the mission is complete. The Terminator has a major advantage over Jason Voorhees in one crucial aspect. The T-800 has comprehensive knowledge of all types of modern weapons, from handguns, rifles, and shotguns to heavy machine guns, grenade launchers, and anti-tank weapon. It can use any type of weapon with absolute precision, calculating firing angles, distance, and wind resistance within milliseconds. In the films, the T-800 has used shotguns, machine guns, grenade launchers, and even a 6-barreled minigun with devastating effectiveness. It never misses at combat range, never wastes ammunition, and always aims for critical points. Besides firearms, the T-800 can also use melee weapons when necessary, but it always prioritizes ranged weapons to maximize its killing efficiency. The Terminator's tactical analysis ability is a massive advantage. Its neural net processor continuously scans the environment, identifies threats, calculates optimal routes, and makes tactical decisions in real time. It can analyze an opponent's weaknesses, predict their next move, and adjust its strategy accordingly. In Terminator 2, the T-800 analyzed the T-1000's capabilities, determined that it could not be destroyed with conventional weapons, and developed a strategy of using liquid nitrogen to freeze it and then shatter it. This adaptability makes the Terminator more dangerous with every confrontation as it learns from its mistakes and adjusts its tactics accordingly. The Terminator's battles with its enemies. The most famous battle was the confrontation between the T-800 and the T-1000 inches Terminator 2. The T-1000 was a more advanced Terminator model, made from mimetic polyalloy liquid metal, allowing it to transform into anyone or anything it touched and regenerate its body from fatal injuries. The T-1000 was faster, more agile, and nearly invulnerable to conventional weapons. In the final battle, the T-800 was stabbed through the body by the T-1000, lost one arm, and was forced into a defensive position. But through its persistence and computational ability, the T-800 used a grenade launcher to push the T-1000 into a vat of molten steel, destroying it completely. Another memorable battle was the confrontation between the T-800 and the T-X in Terminator 3. The T-X was a Terminator model designed to destroy other Terminators with the ability to hack and control electronic machines, along with a plasma weapon integrated into its arm. The T-X destroyed half of the T-800's body, hacked its systems to force it to attack the target it was supposed to protect, and nearly destroyed it completely. But the T-800 overcame the hacking program through its determination to protect its target, a trait that Skynet could not program, and ultimately sacrificed itself by activating its nuclear power core to destroy the T-X. And this proved that the Terminator could overcome even the limits of its programming when faced with an extreme situation. The Terminator has also faced the human resistance forces in the future. Hundreds of fighters armed with advanced weapons attempted to destroy the Terminators, but most of them failed. The T-800 walked through a hail of bullets, alternating between defensive and offensive tactics, and eliminated its opponents one by one with cold efficiency. In some scenes, the T-800 faced armored vehicles, combat helicopters, and even tanks, using anti-tank weapons and guerrilla tactics to disable them. However, the Terminator is not without weaknesses. Its greatest weakness lies in its mechanical nature. Despite its incredibly durable endoskeleton, it is still made of metal and can be destroyed by sufficient force or extremely high temperature. Molten steel, powerful acids, and nuclear explosions can all completely destroy a T-800. In addition, its central processor, although highly advanced, is still an electronic system that can be hacked disrupted by strong magnetic fields, or destroyed by an electromagnetic pulse. In some situations, water and high humidity can also cause short circuits, reducing the Terminator's operational efficiency. Finally, the T-800 lacks true creativity. It can learn and adapt at a basic level, but it cannot devise completely new strategies without input data. And now, join me for a direct comparison and battle analysis. This is a battle between two of the most terrifying, unstoppable killers. Both possess incredible physical strength. However, the Terminator's strength comes from technology and appears to be more consistent. Meanwhile, Jason's strength, especially in his later incarnations, can reach supernatural levels. But when it comes to damage output, the Terminator has a clear advantage. Its weapons, from firearms to steel fists, are extremely effective killing tools. Jason, on the other hand, primarily relies on his machete and raw physical strength. Although Jason's machete is terrifying, it would be unlikely to penetrate the Terminator's alloy endoskeleton. Conversely, the Terminator's punches could inflict severe damage on Jason's body. The Terminator also has a titanium endoskeleton that is nearly indestructible. Jason's machete attacks would be completely useless against this metal frame. Jason can slash, stab, and tear at the Terminator, but he would be unable to inflict any significant damage on its endoskeleton. On the other hand, Jason's body, despite its regenerative ability, is still flesh and blood. The Terminator's punches could break bones, crush internal organs, and inflict severe injuries. Although Jason can recover, he would still have to endure the pain and spend time regenerating. The Terminator does not have this weakness. It does not feel pain, and its body cannot be destroyed by ordinary physical attacks. As for immortality, both are immortal in different ways. Jason is a supernatural entity who cannot be permanently killed. He will always return, but that does not mean he cannot be defeated in a battle. He can be crushed, torn apart, and incapacitated for an extended period of time. The Terminator is the same. It is not immortal in the biological sense, but its endoskeleton is nearly impossible to destroy. It can be crushed under a hydraulic press, but a machete cannot accomplish that. Within the context of this battle, the Terminator has the advantage because its body will not be destroyed, while Jason's body will be repeatedly battered. But Jason is an instinctive predator who relies on ambushes and brute strength. The Terminator is a machine programmed to analyze and fight efficiently. In a direct confrontation, the Terminator would have the tactical advantage. It would analyze Jason's attacks, identify his weaknesses, and counter with precision. It would not be caught off guard by Jason's ambushes because its sensors could detect movement in the darkness. However, Jason also has an advantage. He knows the terrain well and can use the surrounding environment to his advantage. Battle. The fight begins in the dense fog of the forest near Crystal Lake. The Terminator, tasked with eliminating Jason Voorhees, enters the killer's territory. Jason, driven by his territorial instinct, would sense the intrusion and prepare an ambush. He would hide in the darkness, waiting for the right moment. As the Terminator passes by, Jason would suddenly leap out from behind a tree and deliver a powerful machete strike. But the Terminator, with its machine-like reflexes, would quickly recognize the attack and raise its arm to block. The machete blade would strike the Terminator's arm, producing nothing more than a harsh metallic clang before bouncing off. No damage. The Terminator would immediately counter with a powerful punch to Jason's face. Jason would stagger backward, his hockey mask cracking and breaking to reveal his deformed face underneath. Jason would attack again, this time unleashing a relentless series of slashes and stabs. But all of them would be useless against the titanium endoskeleton. The Terminator would stand firm like a steel wall, absorbing every attack and countering with hammer-like punches. Each punch would break Jason's bones and crush his flesh. Jason would roar in pain, but he would feel no fear. He would continue charging forward, attempting to knock the machine down. He might grab the Terminator by the throat and try to choke it, but the Terminator would easily knock his hand away. The Terminator would continue delivering devastating attacks to Jason's body. It would punch, tear, and could even break Jason's arm. Jason would be unable to inflict any damage on the Terminator. He would be crushed and torn apart, yet he would still try to get back up. Finally, the Terminator would deliver the finishing blow. It could grab Jason's head and violently twist it, breaking his neck. Then, using its strength, it would tear Jason's body apart piece by piece. This would be a convincing victory for the Terminator.
And that is our analysis of the battle between the immortal killer and the killing machine. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. Are you siding with the supernatural power of Crystal Lake or the technological power of the future? If you enjoy epic showdowns between unstoppable killers, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of the battles to come. That is today's video. Thank you so much.